Hello, everybody. Hello. Oh my gosh, it is. Oh wait, no. Thought it was darker than it was, but haven't done things like this before. So, hello, everybody. Can first of all, can everybody hear me? Okay. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, trying things a little bit differently this time. New setup, as you can tell, because there's a different angle on everything. Yeah, just trying things a bit differently this time, and that's why I'm about 5 minutes late, because it wouldn't be a KHF live stream without there being technical difficulties. So yeah, I had a bit of trouble getting set up, but we're here now. So lens flare, really? Seems alright on my end. Anyway, so it's lunchtime. Of course, it's lunchtime with I'm just gonna switch a light on because I think the natural light is messing it up a bit. Let's try that. Okay, hopefully that's a bit better. So I see in the chat someone saying that they saw Detective Pikachu. I saw that yesterday myself and I loved it. It was it was a really, really fun film. There's not nothing too ambitious, but the thing is, it's not trying to be. It's just a harmless. It's just harmless fun. It's a good laugh, and like, it's a film that I think everybody can enjoy, even if you have only a basic understanding of Pokemon. Hello, Jibby Jissy. You're not coming in on something inappropriate yet. Not sure if I'll see Detective Pikachu. Actually, you should go and see it. It's a fun film, and you have been drinking again, haven't you? A little because I went to see Detective Pikachu. Got a little Ditto there with me, and he was drinking heavily last night, and that's why he was passed out. Which Pokemon would I love to have as a pet? Ampharos. Ampharos is my favorite Pokemon ever. Ampharos. I want to have an Ampharos around the house. Yeah, I do. Ditto plushie. He's back there. Say hi, Ditto. Oh, screw you. Actually, I said he's been drinking. Do you even drink? Do you eat? What are you? You're a blob. Hey, I'm Protaku. But yeah, Detective Pikachu, it's a fun movie. It is definitely worth seeing, even if you only have a basic understanding of Pokemon. It's such a fun film. It's definitely worth seeing, and makes me happy that my nieces are going to be born in a world that has a good video game based movie. For nostalgia's sake, Pikachu. Well, Detective Pikachu makes you want a Pikachu anyway. It makes you wish you could pick up and hug a Pikachu. Have I been doing? I've been doing fine. We just started, so. What do I think of Aqua? Not the other Aqua. I mean the one who hangs around Kazuma. Yeah, well, if you were following my Twitter last year, I was a little bit obsessed with Aqua for a while, for the sheer reason of her not wearing underpants. But then I found this joke post that compared her to Donald Duck in Kingdom Hearts, and that's what ultimately put me off. Like, I know she's a very divisive character for the fan base. Like, you either love her or you hate her, and like, you know, all the calling her useless, all the calling her annoying, all of that, and it was comparing her to Donald Duck that put me off. Hold on, let me just. Oh, for some reason my live chat is only giving me the top messages and not all of them. So let me have it fixed. Right, actually do YouTube has just alerted me on my phone, right? Watch live now, KHF McCall, some lunch with KHF. Wow, YouTube's letting me know that I've gone live. Thanks, YouTube. Thanks for that. Oh, that makes sense now. I thought for the longest time you were going about Aqua being Donald Duck. I thought you were going the Kingdom Hearts one. No, she's definitely not like Donald. Kingdom Hearts. I've met Kingdom Hearts Aqua because I've met Willa Holland before, so. But I've actually because I know there's a lot of times where I'm just sitting there waiting to think of a topic or waiting for people to see what's going on in the chat. I'm just going to lower that a little bit. But I've actually got a list of topics to talk about this time. So, it's the same with when YouTube recommends my own videos to me. Yeah, it does that, and I have no idea why. YouTube, if you keep recommending me to myself, I'm going to unsubscribe from myself. Anyway, let's get the sandwich in here. So the goddess of water, whatever, is literally Donald Duck. I don't get it. Okay, let me see if I can. I've got the image on my phone. Let me see if I can find it. Screw it, I'm going to Google it. I'm sure I can find it again. If this were a more professional show, I would have it appear on screen, but it's not, so I can't. Yeah, here it is. Well, oh, for goodness sake, this stupid phone. Right. I can't get a clear image of it. For some reason, the image it gives me, it turns on its side, and then if I try and turn it on its side, my phone flips the image, so I can't see it. But basically, it points out that they're both healers. They're both pantless and thick. Their words, not mine. They're both useless. They're both short-tempered and emotional. And they both need to be rescued more often than they actually help. Yeah. So Aqua is Kingdom Hearts Donald Duck, and that is what put me off her. Dude, shut up back there. Sandwich I'm eating today is a prawn mayonnaise sandwich. I hope it's still good because I didn't put it in the fridge, but when I got home. But should be. It's still good. It's still good. How do I like my waifu, Moe or seductive? Moe is evil, so I'm going with seductive. Tell you what game I've been playing again as of recently is Dissidia Final Fantasy NT. Now, I know a lot of people didn't like that game when it came out, and to be perfectly honest, I wasn't fond of it when it came out, but I heard that it had been greatly improved, and there were a load of new characters in it and stuff, so I went back to it, and yeah, it's fun for a few hours. I think in short bursts, it's actually quite fun when you can get a decent connection. Is Moe the Shrek of anime community? No, it's not. It's, well, if Shrek is evil, this is really nice. I don't know how to feel about the other Aqua so far. She seems to cry all the time, a bit on the selfish side. I'm assuming you mean the Konosuba Aqua. But yeah, that's the joke, because she's based on the healers who do the bare minimum whenever you're doing a dungeon run in like an MMO or something. The ones who will just throw out the occasional healing spell and will contribute nothing else to the battle. That's the joke. But yeah, you can probably guess who my main is in Dissidia. It's since I discovered he was, I'm either his nobody or he's my nobody or whatever. I meant the whole Shrek is life, but no, it's nickname because Moe is evil. Moe tried to destroy Pizza Hut. Well, I haven't played a Dissidia game since Duodecim. Well, Duodecim was the last one before NT, so NT, I'd say if you're gonna get it at a discounted price. But it is fun in small bursts. I've been enjoying it, and when I'm actually doing well at it, which doesn't happen often. Another character I liked. One character I play as quite a bit in that I never thought I would play as that often because I never played as that often in the PSP games is Shantoto. Like Shantoto, I'm actually finding is a lot of fun to play in that game. I'm just Leonardo one's being weird, so I'm just going to ignore him. I was going to say, any new characters for that game for NT? They finally added Vayne from Final Fantasy 12. Y'shtola from Final Fantasy 14 was there in the base game along with Noctis. Vayne was the first DLC character. Yuna was a DLC character, which I was thrilled about, although slightly disappointed because she was just unlocked from the start in Duodecim. But anyway, but she's not really new. Rinoa from Final Fantasy VIII, new character. The villain from 11, whose name I can never remember. They added in Snow from 13 for whatever reason. Oh my gosh, that is a lens flare now! Whoa! What the heck? Wow, things got bright there. And I know Nero from 14 has just been added, who I still need to download actually. So yeah, there's quite a few new faces there. What else did I want to talk about? Which harem protagonist do I think deserved the harem? I don't know, Yuichi from Canon, I guess. What else was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, I've been keeping up with, well, not keeping up with, I have been watching more My Hero Academia, and I'm still really enjoying that. That's still a lot of fun. But I did post on both YouTube and Twitter about this. The Invisible Girl character, who it's revealed that her invisibility works. It's literally just her body that's just invisible. Like her clothing doesn't turn invisible at all. So to be completely invisible, she has to be completely naked. I'm just like, way to go, Japan! You have successfully sexualized the air. Only Japan can figure out how to do that. Raka's my personal favorite of the girls. Yeah, she's fun so far. Although I noticed the anime likes to focus on her butt a lot. Like it really, really likes to focus on her rear. She's like 15. Oh, that's anime though, isn't it? So one character I'm finding interested at the moment is Bakugo, because I know, he's a very divisive character for people, but to me, I think there is, in theory, more going on there. So I'm either gonna form a weird connection with that character, or he's gonna be Cypher 2.0 for me. Japan, where they sexualize anything, even nothing. Japan, can't make too many jokes because I'm going out to Japan later this year. Someone just said didn't Sue Storm do that in the Fantastic Four movie? Yeah, that's true, but she eventually got a costume that, like, the costume would go invisible for her as well. That's not the case in this series. No, she she does have to be nude to be visible because it's Japan, so it has to be dirty. But yeah, Bago, like, somehow, like, I'm not saying I like the character, far from it. It's just there's traits of him that remind me sort of how I used to be. Like, because some fans who have been around for a long time could probably tell you I used to be kind of obnoxious with my YouTube fame during my 15 minutes of fame. So, you know, I think that might be where the character kind of hits me in a way because it reminds me of what I used to be. Anyway, I've got half of a sandwich sitting here, so. I'm not going to answer that question that just came up. Actually, that weirdly though, the Japanese train system is one thing I'm looking forward to going back to because, gosh, if you live in London, the trains are atrocious. Like, the trains are bloody atrocious. It's like, you'll get a small pile of leaves on the track, and that will delay your train by 10 minutes. That was one thing that amazed me when I went to Japan. Is just how good the trains actually are over there, and it made me realize how crap they are over here. I've heard stories about the London trains. Yeah, a lot of them came from me. I know it's a weird thing to look forward to, but it is something I'm looking forward to. It's like, oh, trains running on time. I don't want to go back. Oh, actually, it's going to be hard to go back this time. But anyway, now I'm getting personal. By the way, in My Hero Academia, there's a girl with black hair and a ponytail, who is clearly the boob character, because they do like to expose her breasts, and I'm just like, but like she looks freakishly like Kale from Dragon Ball Super, and I'm just like, oh hey Kale, when did you get here? Momo, is that her name? Probably is. I'm no good at remembering names. The London trains are not bad for me personally. I've been to London quite a lot, and they seem to get to their destination just fine. Yeah, that's fine in like in London proper. When you live on the outer parts of London, on the outer parts, it's really bad. Yeah, people trying to guess the name. Like, honestly, you could tell me her name is Susanna, and I'd say yes. Screw it, that's her name now. Yeah, I'm just like, oh hey Kale, when did you get here? You don't seem as timid as you once were. I still need to get used to saying anime character names. Yeah, it does take a while to get used to it. Hey, I gotta ask, were the trains in America all right for you? Yeah, they amaze me with how much bigger they are than the trains we have over here. But then again, everything's bigger in America, isn't it? But they seemed okay to me. Yeah. There's another character whose power is literally fire and ice. Yeah, I saw him like in their like first hero training exercise. He like wins it in like his team in like 5 seconds. Doesn't he? So I'm like, yeah, this is going to be like he's going to be the super rival. Bakugo is the regular rival. He's the super rival, isn't he? He's the Zane from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX of this series. What else was I? What else was I going to talk about? By the way, I'm surprised we talked about Konosuba in this chat so far, and you know who hasn't come up. Not that I'm complaining, because I'm glad she hasn't come up. I've also been watching Todoroki's My Second Main Man. What franchises that you? What are franchises that I wouldn't consider for a Kingdom Hearts game? That's actually that's an interesting question, because normally people wonder. Oh yeah, my next thing I'm eating is grapes, because everyone knows I love grapes. So, and I can never do it. Well, wouldn't I have? I guess Cars, but we kind of discussed this in a previous live stream. I wouldn't want Cars there, but I don't think you can adapt that into a Kingdom Hearts world. I already reminded you of how you. No, you didn't. I wasn't live then, so it didn't count. Yeah, what I wouldn't want is Cars, but I think we discussed that in the previous live stream. Another anime I've been watching at the moment is Ghost Stories, and yes, I am watching the English dub of Ghost Stories. My Hero Academia, I'm watching Japanese, pretty much because Crunchyroll doesn't have the dub, and well, most anime I watch subtitle these days. But I'm also watching Ghost Stories, and the reason I make a point of the fact that I'm watching that dubbed is because you have to watch the dub of Ghost Stories. It's illegal not to. For me, it would probably either be Star Wars or Marvel, mainly because they wouldn't fit the whole theme of Kingdom Hearts. No, Marvel needs to have a Kingdom Hearts world because Sora, Donald, and Goofy need to laugh at Taserface. I've just seen the quote. And I'm not saying it on camera because people will take it the wrong way, but basically Ghost Stories is English dub. Like, Ghost Stories was so poorly received in Japan that I might have mentioned this in a previous stream actually. It was so poorly received in Japan that when they brought it westward, they basically told the dubbers they can do whatever they wanted. The only limitations is don't change any of the main characters or ghosts' names and stick to the same basic plot. But other than that, they were allowed to do whatever, and boy, did they do whatever. There's topical, like, celebrities jokes, there's race humor, there's, oh my gosh, it's almost like an official abridged version in a way. Like, the episode I just watched that contained a plethora of jokes at the expense of Barbara Streisand, so... So, look, I'm the type of guy who, you know, I used to make a big deal out of it. I will hold my hands up right now and say I used to make a big deal out of this, but now that I'm older and wiser, I know it's not a big deal. It's actually a very silly thing to argue about, and I feel silly for having argued about this in the past. But I'm the type of guy who, you know, thinks it doesn't matter if you watch something dubbed or subbed. It just matters, you know, that you enjoy the product. But in the case of Ghost Stories, if you're not watching it dubbed, you're doing it wrong. End of. Although one change they did make in the Ghost Stories dub, like one of the characters, I think his name's Hajime, like he has a bit of a perverted side in the Japanese version because of course he does. It's an anime, but they play it up all the more in the dub. But honestly, some of his lines in the dub, like there's a lot more him making a lot more comments about panties and whatnot, which weren't in the Japanese version. But honestly, you could tell me that they were, and I'd believe you. Just shows how weird the world of anime really is. Pocahontas and Princess and the Frog would work well for new Princesses of Heart. Well, they've kind of hinted that there's going to be new Princesses of Heart now. Because the problem was the original game, they didn't have enough actual princesses to go around, so they had to really, really stretch the meaning of the word princess. Substance sounds more like a group of whiner babies to me. Yeah, but that's just the internet in general, isn't it? Oh, look at the PC babies. So it's a joke I really love. Let me tell you something. It's a dark day when I'm agreeing with South Park. So, what else was I going to discuss? Actually, do you know what? Do you know what? Game franchise from my childhood has been coming up a lot in my feed lately for whatever reason. Is Ratchet and Clank. I'm like, wow, I haven't visited those games in a while. Is the world trying to tell me something? Do I need to? I'm just seeing the ditto in the stream that keeps making me laugh. Right. Maybe there's maybe I need to revisit those games again. Those were good days. That was a franchise that I can't speak. That was a franchise I think of when somebody mentions the term "fallen from grace." But considering there's a guy out there who did a hour-long video about how the franchise lost its edge, just talking about the reboot game, and a little bit about the film, that describes it better than I ever could. Ratchet and Clank, I still haven't played those games for ages. I still haven't finished the third game. The third game was actually the first one I ever owned. First one I ever played because I rented it from Blockbuster. Because I'm of the Blockbuster generation. Was the second one, but the first one I ever owned was the third. There's a Ratchet and Clank reboot on PS4, yeah, and it's crap from what I just heard. I'll probably get a PS4 if they released all the Ratchet and Clank games on it. Yeah, but they're probably too edgy now for the modern audience because the franchise has tried to go a lot more kid friendly. Oh, do thoughts on I don't know what I'm doing. It's a really good show. I don't recommend the original manga because it didn't age well while 2019 anime improves it. I've never seen it, so maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I'll watch it right now. Yeah, this will be a stream of me just watching stuff on my phone. But Ratchet and Clank, like going back to Ratchet and Clank, the classic games have, in my opinion, some of the best humor of the PS2 era. Like the best. Is that the one that's promoting the movie? The PS4 one is, yeah, and it is technically a reboot of the original game, but oh, hello, somebody new just turned up saying this guy rocks. Thank you. It's technically a reboot of the PS2 game, but it's not the PS2 game. Anyway, I was like Ratchet and Clank had some of the best risque humor, in my opinion. Like, obviously, stuff that went over my head as a kid. But then when you go back and look at it as an adult, it's like, oh my gosh, that is brilliant. Like, what one personal favorite of mine is in the third game with one of nature's mysteries. I seen him run through this here camp. He was buck naked, screaming and holding a banana. Oh, maybe it weren't a banana. It could be one of nature's mysteries. That is one of my favorite jokes in video game history. that I'm cracking up about it now. That is the plumber's crack joke, yeah. Oh, the plumber was a great character because, like, he seemed to be he was like he was self-aware, wasn't he? Like he'd make a lot of fourth wall jokes. Like he was the only one who was aware they were in a video game. And he did make a Mario reference in the Crack in Time game, which is interesting because Charles Martinet did the voice of Orvis in that game. Charles Martinet obviously being the voice of Mario, so there you go. But yeah, no, the classic trilogy plus Gladiator, which is what Deadlocked was called here in the UK. Like those are some of my favorite PS2 era games. I probably should go back to them because just reminiscing about them is making me want to play them. It's weird, Charles Martinet play another character when we're so used to hearing him as Mario. Well, here's a weird one. He was Parthenax in Skyrim. So if you haven't played Skyrim, look up cutscenes with Parthenax in and just think, that is the voice of Super Mario. What's on Oni cartoons? What, demon cartoons? I don't know what that is. But there's a dragon boss in Mario Odyssey, and when I saw that, I was like, "Ah, crap! Parthenax wants his voice actor back, Mario." I think I even tweeted about that. Right, last few grapes. I do love grapes. Try watching Dragon Ball PP from Oni cartoons. That video was hilarious but weird. It sounds weird just from the name alone. Charles Martinet and I share the same. You do actually, yeah. You share Charles Martinet's birthday. That is so cool. That is so cool. I'm really annoyed though. Like Charles Martinet did come to MCM one year, but it was only on the Friday, and it was on a Friday I couldn't get off work, so I could have met the voice of Super Mario, and I didn't get to. Hopefully, he'll come back one year. Who do I think is the anime equivalent to the dude? I think someone's high. Right, so those are my grapes done. You just watch me eat a load of grapes. What are you doing with your life? I'm joking. Thank you for coming to this stream. Oh, what? Speaking of MCM guests, he was a convention I was at. The queue for him was way too long. London Film and TV Comic, in case you're wondering. Yeah, I've been to that one a couple of times. I think. I've been to that one. Is that the one at crap, the place has gone out of my head now. I'm looking it up. Olympia, yes, that's it. Yeah, I've been to that one a couple of times. I haven't been to one he was at though, but I bet the line for him was long. Bloody hell, to me, voice of Super Mario himself. Speaking of con guests, one thing that has caught my interest is I'm just going to check the website now just to see if anything's been announced. No, still largely the same. Okay. Anyway, one thing that did catch my interest is on Twitter with the MCM official Twitter. They, obviously because it's happening next week. Actually, oh my gosh, it's next week. Next week, I better sort my squall wig out. It's next week. Would I rather be a good boy or have some sauce? I'd rather be a good boy because I know what that means when it pertains to you. Anyway, guess I was talking about, like, the MCM official Twitter was, obviously hyping it up, and it said should we announce some more guests? And weirdly, that was liked by Brian DeChart, who, if you've ever played Detroit Become Human, he plays Connor in that, and he plays Connor in that, and he liked that tweet, and I'm just like, oh, are you trying to tell us something, Mr. DeChart, something that they haven't announced yet? So, really hoping that in this week that'll be made an announcement. Really hope him and his wife are going to be there, but who knows? Anyway, I do have an extra bit for lunch today. I've been to Greg's, who have not sponsored this video, unfortunately, but I've got myself I caught it. Got myself a donut, a sugar strand donut. Probably, after eating a bunch of grapes, probably not the best thing to follow up with, but it's so good. It's such a good donut. No, you can't have any. Mm. But it is so good. Donut. But what else was I gonna talk about? Another fighting game I've got back into playing recently was Get in my belly! Forbidden donut. It should be forbidden, but it is so good. Another fighting game I returned to recently was Tekken 7, because I know a game local to me. Well, I knew they held weekly Tekken sessions. I thought, all right, let's get my groove back. I do love Tekken. I haven't played in a while, but let's get my groove back. Go to that. Went down there for a session. Found out it's been changed to Mortal Kombat 11 now. I don't own Mortal Kombat 11 yet, so I'm out of luck there. Keyword being yet. But I will, and I will get good, and I will show people that I don't know that I am good. I'll just wait for 12. That's a shame though about the Tekken thing, because Tekken's my jam. Tekken's my fighting game of choice. If you're wondering who my main is, my main always will be, my boy will always be Harang. They always change how you say his name, but he will always be my boy. He's my boy. He's my main. I don't care if some people say he can be cheap. I'm like, I don't care. He's my boy. Did I ever play the Devil May Cry games? No, I haven't. I hear it's a similar premise to Chrono Crusade, though, like as in having a demon who hunts demons. I was gonna say. I also forgot how much my second main, like these are the two I'd like in the tag games. Well, the second tag game I should say, because first of which wasn't around for the. Although technically she was, because she's just a. Anyway, my second main on Tekken games is Asuka Kazama, who I forgot how much I love her. She's my Tekken waifu. I love her. My Osakan girl. I love her. I like playing as her because I love her. I played all the games apart from the fifth one and that other game we don't ever talk about. I really enjoyed the fifth one actually. Like, yeah, the fifth one I actually thought that was a lot of fun. And then it was Tekken 5 that really properly got me back into Tekken, actually. Uh, mm, this is a good donut. Oh, the remake. I mean, oh, I thought we were still talking about Tekken. Talking about Devil May Cry. I was talking about Tekken. Talking about different things entirely. And you can shut up back there with your Street Fighter. I'm going insane. Mm. Mm. I mean, what else is new? Yeah, no, I've been losing it for quite. The question is, did I ever really have it? At least in this new format, there's less of a risk of me knocking things down. So if I ever want to do a dramatic reveal of me in my cunning disguise again, it should go all according to plan. The only thing I can relate to, I know, is the main theme of the third game. Yeah, it was pretty sick. But yeah, Tekken, it's my jam. It's my fighting game of choice. And Asuka, oh how I love her. and I will be flying out to Osaka later. No, this is going creepy places. I'm gonna dial it back now. I'm gonna reel it back, because this is going weird places. Oh, whoa, we're going bright again. Oscar! Oh. I think I even in Tekken Tag Tournament 2, like because obviously Harag and Asuka would be my main team. I even because of the customization options, I even gave them like matching outfits, like kind of a team jacket sort of thing. So yeah, these are my clients, and they're going to fight in your ring, ain't it? Don't know what I just did. Someone someone singing Chio's cooking song from Azumanga Daioh, as you do. Whoa, I'm bright again. I've achieved enlightenment. Okay, there's weird things going on in my my chat right now, but what else is new? Uh, um, what's that? That's it. I thought there would be more to talk about with these topics, but I guess not. uh, do not bring that meme back. Do not bring do not bring Buchanan Knuckles back. Oh, it was such a weird meme. It was like if I mean I know memes inherently are weird, but that was so odd. That was whoa, enlightenment again. Okay. Or I mean, it was a divine punishment for me thinking bad thoughts about Asuka. Live said I've made some progress in Wonderland on Kingdom Hearts 1. Defend the tower that's controlling Alice's cage. Don't you have to attack the tower, not defend it? Isn't the whole point to destroy the tower? To lower the cage? Uh, So yeah, no Lily today, but you did get Ditto today. I'm sorry, no Lily, but at least can you transform into Lily? Okay, are you going to? No. Okay. Well, screw you. Have I ever wished that anime girls are real? Yeah, so I could be rejected by by them as well. You and your drinking. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, if anime girls were real, okay, most of them would be in Japan. Most of them would probably be repulsed by me. So you know, I don't really see much point in wishing for that. Uh, uh, that's the thing. Like, because, because I'm white, because I'm repulsive. Uh, that's the thing. Like, people wishing they could live in anime. It's like your life would be, you'd still be you. Your life would be exactly the same. Only you'd be animated. You'd be a drawing. That's the only thing that would be different. No, no, my luck in like fantasy based anime, I'll be the guy who's killed. Like, I'll be one of the like guys who's killed in like some dragon attack or something. Uh, or like say like Slayers, I'd be the victim of a dragon slave or something. Like, you darken down, tone the brightness down a bit. Tone it. There we go. Uh, I've got a bit of a sore throat today, actually, which usually when I'm getting cold, it usually goes through my throat. So I hope I'm not coming down with something. My nose is a little stuffed, so hopefully I'm not coming down with anything. What's causing that? It's just the sun. Literally, it's just the sun. It's uh KHF moves, room brightens up. Yeah, it's pretty much what's happening. Uh what can I say? I'm radiating light. Was it with Japan and hentai? Well, I mentioned this in a previous stream, but it's because in Japan they're of the belief that, and I'm sorry for talking about something a bit 18 plus here, but in Japan they have the belief that men have to relieve themselves, have to relax themselves. Please don't make me say the actual word. Um, once a day, otherwise, like they think it's healthy to. Otherwise, they think you get ill if you don't. That's why you see like so much perverted human anime and whatnot. So there you go. The more you know. Uh, it is, of course, not true. By the way, that little fact, it's not true, but it's a belief that they have over there. Uh, uh, so still have to get to Tripmaster. Still going on about Kingdom Hearts 1. Uh, Tri- Tripmaster boss is interesting because like he's not hard, but he's annoying with how the mechanics of that fight work. Uh, just scrolling through my phone now to see if there's anything else I could think to. Would I one punch Moe? Yeah, I'd one punch Moe, and I need to wipe out the pink menace. I need to wipe out the Moe menace. Uh, If I remember, don't you have to fight the Trick Master on the table most of the boss fight? Well, yeah, you have to try to, but he can temporarily destroy that table, which is a pain in the ass when that happens. Uh, I feel my nose getting stuffed, and I'm hoping that we don't have an incident like last week. Gosh, that was not good. That was not good. And I do apologize about that. And that's just fun fact: crab patties are made out of crabs. Fun fact: because I know he watches these streams, and Joe, when he was little, and religiously watching SpongeBob, used to think burgers were actually called Krabby Patties. Because he didn't know that that's just what they're called in SpongeBob. It was cute. I had to translate it to his mother. uh, Robot Chicken March. Oh yeah, there's that Robot Chicken sketch, isn't there? Uh, but the thing is, like, the meat for them has to come from somewhere. So what do they have? Do they have underwater cows or something? Uh, they do call the Copays burgers in foreign dubs, like German, for instance. Yeah, but but most British TVs don't broadcast the German dub, so um, I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I meant to mention this. Going back right to the start when I was talking about Detective Pikachu, like I watched that film and I think about the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog film, and all I can really say is, see, was that really that hard? What anime character made me so angry to the point I wanted to punch my TV computer? Well, I don't take anime that seriously anymore. I know I used to, but I don't anymore. Um, so I don't really get that angry with anime characters. But if I'm gonna pick one, I'll pick the one who put me into that mindset, which was Haruhi Suzumiya. So there you go. Oh gosh, if my old fans heard the way I talk about Haruhi now, so, so begone thought. No, it's with me. It's more like I'm not. I'm not your puppet. Not anymore. When did I come from a point where I stopped taking anime seriously? When I grew up, I guess. It's just as I got older, I realized, well, there's more important things in real life. It's taking a Japanese cartoon that seriously is not worth the stress. So, imagine, oh, goodness sake, no! So with the La Latina. We've been good this whole stream. This whole stream has had minimum darkness mentions, and then you go and do that. Uh, no, stop it with the dark. I am not in love with darkness. It's all lies. It's all fake news. And I've just messed my hair up. Uh, uh, maybe I should do a do a video of KHF finally confronts Haruhi like with the whole "I'm not your puppet, not anymore." I don't know whether to say hi to a Darkness cosplayer or just run away. I think say hi because they're not the actual character. They are just people who clearly enjoy a franchise. Does does the Ditto behind you believe the lies? Ditto, do you believe I'm in love with Darkness from Konosuba? Well, screw you then. You lousy drunk. Hey, you have no right to kink shame anybody, all right? Take care, Pokemon. Yeah, Mr. or Mrs. Hey, I can be any shape you want, honey. I just had an argument with a Ditto plushie. What is happening to me? Uh, uh. Well, seeing as I'm going as Squall to the next con I go to, if I see a Darkness cosplay, I should just be like, you know, my gun No, that was a bad joke. I am sorry. I'm sorry. No, I am not that kind of guy. No. Be respectful to women at conventions. Do not get weird with them. Be respectful to women at conventions because they are human beings. I actually jumped to a silent voice, namely Unenko. Uneno. Is that that's bitch girl, isn't it? I don't mean anything. I think it means we better hear an Afro Otaku rendition of I won't say I'm in love. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. Actually, speaking of a silent voice and being in love, although Joe denies it, the deaf girl in that is his waifu. He has her as the background on his phone. Right? Someone who waifu shames me, he has got her as the background on his phone. And he says it's just because he loves it. I'm like, yeah, okay, I buy that, but I bet you also wouldn't mind signing a. Oh, what? This is what the internet has done to me. I was going to get my ass. I've got a gunblade. I've got nothing to fear. Which anime on Netflix am I most curious about? Well, I watch most of my anime on Crunchyroll, so I assume you mean Netflix exclusive anime, and I haven't really watched that many of them. Like the only real Netflix exclusive I watched was Little Witch Academia. That would be called Dead Loving Her. Well, it's funny that you should mention that. I'm joking. Best part is I'm meeting up with Joe on Thursday, so if he's seen this live stream, he's just probably sitting there going, I'm going to kill him. Joe, if it makes you feel any better, I'll fully admit that the background on my phone is Yuna of Final Fantasy 10. My Yuna. Oh gosh, I went back into old KHF for a second there. Well, time to sign Joe's. Well, yeah, I've got Afro Otaku coming after me. I've got Joe coming after me. Oh, I'm a dead man walking. I tried watching Konosuba on Crunchyroll, but had trouble with the video player. Yeah, it doesn't always cooperate with some computers. That's why I usually watch Crunchyroll on my phone, on the app. I just hate Thomas Komato. He doesn't hate Thomas Komato. That was pre-reboot continuity. He doesn't hate that. The reason I did that in the old continuity was because I wanted to do this whole thing with like the storylines and whatever of her having a very immature understanding of love, and KHF, obviously with the hints of all that happened with losing Yoko and whatnot, it gave him a very cynical view of love and whatnot, and like the fact that she had such an innocent view of it, peed him off. But I was fully aiming to do a thing of him eventually patching it up with her and whatnot. So nobody hates Thomas Yamamoto. In the pre reboot, my continuity is weird. In the pre reboot, KHF wanted to keep her as a. Oh my gosh, I have made some messed up jokes over the years. Oh my gosh, I'm just realizing how messed up this channel actually is. You know what? Maybe I'm just gonna say screw everything and just stick with lunch with KHF. I had him say, "Can I keep her, Emma?" Didn't I? And I'm like, that's wrong. That is so wrong. But then again, the KHF character is meant to be insane. See you later, guys. I've got to recharge my phone. Yeah, I'm going to be wrapping things up in a minute anyway. Well, at least we'll finally have some sanity restored and no false news, no fake news about darkness. So it's more. Yeah, I need to start retitle these and maybe do them a bit later in the day because of time zone differences. A reboot more times than Spider-Man. Yeah, well, at least my reboots are still better than Reboot the Guardian Code. I hate that. Well, that bears the name of one of my favorite childhood shows. I hope I don't get shivered on as well. You won't, because you've made your distaste for the character clear. The reason I do is because I hinted on Twitter that I was becoming more attracted to her than Aqua, which I was, which I am, but I don't admit that. No, that didn't happen. We rewind the stream. Nope, it didn't happen. Oh, I've got insane. You can be quiet back there with all you do in daycare. In fact, there's a Spider-Man reboot called Spider-Man Into Darkness. That is a weird ship. But Darkness does strike me as the person who would want him to take to web slinger. No, there's too many dirty jokes to be made. I won't do it. But again, this is the raunchiest show that I do, so oh gosh, I bet those ships are Spider-Man Darkness. Yeah, and they're probably both also shipped with Naruto, because it's a weird thing I've seen on the internet. I think it's a rule actually that everyone has to be shipped with Naruto at some point. Oh gosh, what even is my life anymore? Is there anything left in this? Not anymore. There's not. Oh, I didn't know Darkness was an actual character. She's one of the main characters in the anime series Konosuba, and she's an interesting character. I was just doing a Star Trek reference. The only exposure to Star Trek I've had is seeing brief clips of Next Generation when my dad used to watch it, and the 2009 reboot film. That's the only Star Trek knowledge I have. What is the water container I drink out of anyway? It was a freebie with an event I went to earlier this year in France. So. And I just did that habitually. There's nothing in it anymore. Maybe got a drop just there. I just love the idea, by the way, of somebody just coming into this stream um, an an hour and 5 minutes in, just like seeing me sitting here just talking to people over the internet with a ditto back there. This is top quality entertainment. Can you watch my phone there? Ditto is making faces at you. Well, he can have many faces, can't he? Or she. It's genderless, so it can have many faces. He's a shapeshifter. He's a blob. Anyway, I should probably bring things to an end now, shouldn't I? Should probably start wrapping things up because I think we've pretty much exhausted all topics now. And I do need to pick up some stuff to make dinner with later. So yeah, I should probably get off my rear end and do that. But I'm glad this new format has actually worked out well. And hopefully this will be how I do things moving forward with my live streams. At least there's no risk of knocking things over now. Well, there's less of a risk. So so this has been fun. This has been fun. And I've also enjoyed it because there's been very, very little reference to darkness. So I'm good. It's not true. So I'm gonna go and fantasize about darkness. I mean, I'm going to go and get stuff to sort my dinner out. So the chat's lagging a bit now, but I will see everybody later. Thank you so much for showing up. And any final words to say, Ditto? That's odd you then. Should I make him my regular co-host, by the way? Anyway, I will talk to everybody later. So for now, I am signing off. I need this hand to end the stream, so signing off.